Okay, I think we are live, checking everything, testing. Okay. Yeah, we are good. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Where we last left off, we continued. We started a trial for Sosuke. Yeah, Sosuke Natsume, and what a trial it is because we started out by finding out where the murder took place and where tracking their movements, and we find out that in this handy dandy map that he came. We thought that Sosuke came from Bourbon Books, came out here, and allegedly stabbed the victim here and just went back to his home. But instead, he was from your books. He came out from there because he got his books from there, from the receipt, and he went here. Granted, that doesn't help with his alibi per se, but we found out that one of the jurors said that they were working on the street, so that could have just like make people like turn around and go this way, which would have been impossible for him to do. And there was also another juror that had the same coat as the victim, and Sosuke, all he told us was he saw someone with a green overcoat and they suddenly fell down. Um, so we thought it was one the juror he saw slipped on ice. He thought that we thought that was it, but freaking um the prosecutor Van Zeeks, or I mean, is it Van Zeeks? Make sure. Yep, Van Zeeks said he found a witness, two witnesses that saw the incident, and it was Patricia and Royally Beat. And we find out that it was they indeed see Sosuke there, so there's no denying that. But we also find out that the freaking couple here, there was four books there. A book that the lady carried that she had was one of the books that the guy had, which was thrown out the window by her because she was, and it was because she was throwing fire books at him because of like a little marriage dispute. But yeah, but it still doesn't look good for Sosuke. So now we're here. Yeah. Oh yeah, we have to do another summation examination of the jury. I have considered the defense counsel's request for a further summation examination of the jury, and have determined that the court must uphold the defense's judicial right to this procedure. So, counsel, you will now proceed with your second summation examination. I presume the jury is ready, Mr. Foreman. We are, my lord. Very good. In that case, I must ask each of you now to state clearly and concisely for the court the grounds on which you find the defendant guilty of this crime. We're back at this again. Yeah, we already did the judicial findings, so this is the second time we're doing this. The juror's contention. The accused left behind evidence at the scene, didn't he? Those three books of his. If there was some novel alternative explanation about how the victim was stabbed, I might reconsider. Even though the woman was throwing books, it can't be related to this crime if the window was closed, can it? Dearie me. Dearie me, it was only a little book. Hardly life-threatening, even with a direct hit. Look, I just want to get this over with. If I don't bring home some pay tonight, I'll be in a tiny bit of trouble. Come to think of it, we had a fire at home a while ago. It gave me the sneezes. Yes. Considerably more tangible arguments from all the members of the jury this time around, it seems. With one notable exception, of course. My learned student friend was unable to find a fault in the previous witness testimony. Oh, give me a second here. I need to go to the bathroom. Okay, back. So the court must accept the fact that it was indeed the accused seen fleeing from the scene. And moreover, no one else was even at the scene to commit the crime. Well, if the eyes witnesses are correct, it would seem as if the conclusion is somewhat set in stone. I fail to see how it can be argued any other way. That means, I'm afraid, that during the summation examination, it's essential that you establish some other tangible explanation for the facts. But how? What would even constitute a tangible explanation here? Isn't it obvious? Who stabbed the woman, and how? Those two details are all you need to provide. Simply give us a name and a method by which the attack was conducted. And there I was thinking this might be hard. But Mr. Naruhodo, you have to do it. Otherwise, this really will be where the trial ends. Wow, so I'm going to decide what is causing, like, who is the true culprit? Huh, okay. Ugh, no pressure then. That's quite enough preamble. Proceed with the summation examination, please. I presume you are prepared, Counsel. Oh, yes, my lord. All right, Ryunosuke, focus your mind now. Clearly, the key to this summation examination is going to be juror number 4, the maid. Or should I say, Mrs. Garadeb? We have a book that disappeared from the Garadeb's house on the evening of the incident, and the 4th book found in the victim's hand. There must be a way to link the two. Yes, that's what we have to find. Using every technique I learned in my short career so far. Whatever it takes. Don't forget to keep an eye on Mrs. Garadeb and how she reacts, even to the things other people say. The defense's rebuttal. Let's press. Hold it! But as we know, there were 4 books, not 3. Well, what difference does it make? There's every possibility that the 4th book, in fact, belongs to the defendant's landlord. Yes, that's the part I have a problem with. Sorry? Well, at the point of the woman was stabbed, this landlord fellow was at home, wasn't he? Enjoying the fiery scrap with his wife or something, you said. That's not exactly how I put it, no. Well, anyway, the point is, the fellow and his wife was somewhere else when it happened. I think that's what you call a strong alibi. So it could have been the landlord who did it, which only leaves the Nipponese fellow. Honestly, I can't see what all this palaver is about. It's a done deal, isn't it? I suppose it is, since I have nothing witty left to say. If there was some novel alternative explanation about how the victim was stabbed, I might reconsider. Hold it! So, you might be willing to change your decision, you mean? Oh my, Sister Lie in your face. But I'm afraid I shan't be swayed by emotion. Despite what you may think of me, I'm a very modern metropolitan and rational woman. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? That's great. If one reads the morning papers, it's all forgotten by tea time, isn't it? So why read them in the first place? You see, modern, metropolitan, and rational thinking, wouldn't you say? And not at all extreme. As I see it, an overwhelmingly suspicious Japanese man has been implicated by overwhelming strong testimony. So despite 1 or 2 minor puzzlements, I do declare that the man is overwhelmingly guilty. Modern, metropolitan, and rational logic, wouldn't you say? Overwhelmingly. But us modern gals are always delighted to be embraced by new fads, you know? So I'd be only too happy to consider an exciting new theory if you can come up with one. I'd be happy to do that too, if only I could. Let's do our very best not to disappoint the modern and metropolitan young lady. Right. I'm glad you admitted rational there. Even the woman was throwing books, it can't be related to this crime if the window was closed, can it? Oh, fudge! Dearie me, it was only a little book, hardly life-threatening, even with a direct hit. Hold it! But the little book was on fire at the time, was it not? With the flames of love, I'll have you know. There's really no such thing as a loving incendiary bomb. Well, he brought it upon himself. It's playing with fire to betray a fiery love. Isn't it? Well, don't you agree? Oh, well, any kind of betrayal is certainly a bad thing, yes. But I think the argument might have arisen out of your misunderstandings, Mrs. Geardeb. Oh, I knew you'd do this. Never mind that. The point is we were just having a joyful little dispute, nothing more. And I won't have any more of these suggestions that it was anything whatsoever to do with this crime. Right, well, we'll see about that. But what about juror number 5? He doesn't seem to be turning a hair at Mrs. Geardeb's relentless onslaughts. It's almost as though he's used to it. What a gentle soul he is. Look, I just want to get this over with, and if I don't bring any, some pay tonight, I'll be in a tiny bit of trouble. Hold it! You just want to get this over with? How could you sit there and say something like that? A man's future's at stake here. Well, him and me both dead, like I said before. What? I told you already, I'm a day laborer, aren't I? If I don't bring home some reedies with me tonight, you'll find me floating face down in the flames tomorrow morning. Okay. What? You heard me. My missus isn't one to mess about, you know? She can be fierce, believe you, me. Another shining example of marital bliss then. A situation like this has cropped up the other day. It was, well, did you know? It's funny, but I can't quite remember. Sorry? It was too frightening, that's the thing. I must have blocked it out. What? Okay, no one's reacting. I have to keep an eye on that. Helpful. I wonder if Mr. Beat will ever be dragged into the flames by his scarf. Don't even go there, Mr. Sato. There must be some way to jog his memory about this. Oh, yeah. Hold it! Does that have anything to do with your decision about the defendant's culpability in this case? Sorry? What's that? You'll have to speak up, lad. Could you tell us more about that fire? It was last winter. My grandchildren baked me a lovely cake on my birthday. Yeah? No one seems to give a really two crap. It had 75 candles on the top, it did. What a sight to behold it was. Okay. You put candles on a cake? Well, some kind of devil worship? Oh, yeah, I guess Japan doesn't do that, huh? Of course not! It was an angel cake to celebrate my birthday, obviously! It seems it's a common custom here in Great Britain, Mr. Naruhodo. Anyway, I must have rolled my pop to blow them out. Oh, I must have blown wrong somehow. The flames didn't go out, but candles were flying all over the room. The furniture caught and everything went up. The whole place filled with smoke. Definitely sounds like devil worship to me. And by the sneezes, I presume you mean a cold? But how did you catch a cold from a fire? What if he asked what it was? The grandchildren, bless them, threw water over me as they tried to put out the flames. Oh, and did, because the whole room had filled me up with smoke, of course. We had to open all the windows to clear it. The windows. The biting winter air rushed over me like the devil dancing on my grave, it did. I caught a terrible cold from it. It put me in the hospital for a while. I won't forget that birthday in a hurry. I knew it. It was devil worship all along. But something about this old man's story is playing on my mind for some reason. Okay. We need to demonstrate who, apart from Mr. Natsume, could have attacked the young woman on the street. As well as how he or she could have done it. Yes, but once again, the jurors' statements are full of personal prejudice. A lot of them seem convinced that they're right, even in the face of logical arguments to the contrary. I think you're going to need them to pit them against each other to force them to accept an alternative explanation. Yes. I don't necessarily need to find contradictions between their assertions. Just a connection might do the trick. Alright, I'll see what I can do. If anything stands out, I'll go for a strike. That's the spirit. Okay.
Hold it!
Okay, I'm trying to see.
Hold it!
I need to look around. So despite one or two... Okay, him...
Hold it!
But what about the possibility that the window was open? What about it? What about it? What did I say? What did I make it sound like? What about it? I mean, there's just no way it could have been. How could he be so sure? The prosecutor fellow over there said it earlier, didn't he? Winters in London are no joke. You don't want to invite them to the sort of cold indoors. So no, the window wasn't open. Us Londoners like sitting by the fire and staying warm, see? But you couldn't categorically state the window wasn't open, could you? It just wasn't. Then we haven't opened it. Then what's the point of even having windows, huh? Counsel, you will kindly refrain from childish bickering. Oh, sorry. Somehow I need to show there's an undeniable possibility that the window was open. Okay. Because this young man isn't going to budge otherwise. Okay.
Objection!
These juror statements clearly contradict one another. They do. They do. How exactly, counsel? Don't point at me again. I told you, it wasn't me. What's that you say? Speak up, lad. Speak up. Juror number 3. Do you see? Oh, me? See what, sir? See what, sir? Did you hear the juror number 6 account on his birthday celebration last year? It seems, despite being a Londoner, he once opened his window in the middle of the winter. Well, yes, of course. Because it was an emergency. I mean, obviously, if the room was filled with smoke from the fire, then you'd be mad not to... open the... Exactly. On the day in question... Hey, zombie, good to see you. At the time of the incident, there was a fire in the Garrideb household. And Mr. Garrideb had the following to say about it. The whole place filled with smoke.
Oh, my.
On my hat! Oh.
Excuse me.
Juror number 4. Do you have something to say about that? Oh. Mrs. Garrideb. Oh, dearie me. What is the meaning of this? How dare you imply that I'm hiding who I really am? Bruh, you're the wife of a soldier. Stop pretending to be his maid. Also, hope you're doing well, Zombie. It's imperative that you confirm something for the court. So please, it's time to drop the pretense now. What is it? When the fire started in your house that day, did you or your husband open the window? What? I beg your pardon? What are you insinuating? The room would have been thick with some smoke after the carpet and bookcases caught on fire as they did. In a situation like that, it's inconceivable that you wouldn't have opened the window. And what if we did? Eh? Really? You're still thinking about it? It's an impactful movie, man. It's like a important movie in the history of cinema. Oh, all right then. Yes, you're right. My husband was frantically trying to open the window, which can't have been easy since I continue to give him a justly deserved book battering. Even though your house was on fire. Oh, you never stop throwing until the anger subsides. It would be terribly bad for the nerves to do otherwise. Of course, I should have realized. That's a significant step forward, Mr. Naruhodo. You managed to establish the window was open. We simply must have that added to Mrs. Garredev's formal statement. Oh wow, really? Nice. Oh, then you enjoyed those watches. Now you mentioned it. Yes, the window was open at the time. I clean forgotten, but it's true.
Hold it!
The fourth book found at the scene of the crime shows very obvious signs of fire damage. And the title of the book is The Lion's Pride. The same title, in fact, as the book that Mr. Garredev told us that he had been reading. Well, I really couldn't say. On the day in question, did you or did you not throw at your husband the copy of The Lion's Pride that you had been reading? I did. It was the first thing I could lay my hands on. Nah, it's all good. I mean, to be fair, I haven't been on as much lately too. I've been busy. I'm gonna be busy for the next couple weeks. So hopefully everything subsides by the second week of May. Yeah. So I think because I'm gonna play this and then afterwards I might just go to play Rivals for a bit, but we'll see. But yeah, it's all good. I'm just glad you just said hello. And now you come to mention it, yes. He was rather enjoying reading it, you're right. Why did you not reveal this information to the court from the outset? Because I couldn't, you insolent little man! I didn't remember! At times like that, you pick up and throw whatever you can lay your hands on as well, you know? I really don't. I barely noticed I was throwing the book.
Oh boy!
Must list the title of it. Oh, what?
Excuse me!
Frick? What is it, juror number 5? Oh, he looks constipated. You know something. Oh, bro, that's like something you have to get from a retro game store, and I think you need like the PS2 to play that game. I remember what it was. That memory I blocked out. He was listening to what this granny was saying. Brought it all flooding back. Who you calling a granny, you cheeky devil? I'm Mrs. Garredev, the maid, I'll have you know. The man doesn't even flinch. Please tell me that's not because he's used to being hit all the time. You know, there's a couple games that have like that are kind of like scuffed GTA mechanics. It's the Godfather game, and I don't know if you know about the Scarface game. The Scarface game is like funny, and I heard it's pretty. I don't know if it was good, but I know people have fond memories of it. It was about 2 weeks ago now. I just got back home after work, like. Yeah, there's a Scarface game. Okay, here's the premise. It's basically a what-if game. Let's say, what if Tony didn't die in that last, it's a what-if he didn't die. I wonder if you, wait, did you watch it? Okay, I'm not gonna say it. Let's go blood. I felt like you would have watched that movie. I felt like you mentioned it, but sorry. Don't just ignore everything. But yes, there's a Scarface game. I think there's only one. It's not like the Godfather where there was two. But because I think Godfather only has 2 games. I think there were rumors about Godfather 3, but not to my knowledge. But yeah, Scarface, I think it came out the same year as I don't know the same year, but it was around the same like 1 or 2 years of it. Yeah, back then. There's like a Godfather game, Scarface game. I think there's also like Matrix game. I'm trying to think of other movies that are like based on action movies. I put my hands in my pockets for wages I just earned that day and nearly died. There was a hole. Every last penny had dropped out. Oh dear, what a disaster. You haven't heard the half of it, boy. Yeah, true. But there's a bunch of misses, but the ones that hit, people remember fondly. You haven't heard the half of it, boy. Oh? The wife was cutting up some chicken at the time. I could hardly get the words out, but I told her straight. I've lost a day's wages, love. Next thing I knew, the blade was whistling past my ear. Stuck into the wall next to me, it did. About an inch deep. Jesus Christ, your wife almost killed you? No words, just terror. I could smell it then, you know. The god-awful stench of the flames. I was sure I was gonna end up face down in the muddy banks that night, I can tell you. Now, that's a real disaster, isn't it? I'll never use the word lightly again. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is this. When a woman loses their rag, they'll throw anything at you. Knives, hatchets, hammers, you name it. Oh my god. Oh my god, no! Ooh. I think I get it now. Okay. Unless they confirm it. So what we're saying is, okay, let me explain to the people who haven't caught up yet. So this is the woman who got stabbed. She's alive, but she's comatose right now. So, in the map, she got supposedly stabbed here. And the person we're defending came from here, and I think he just came from here. Like, we're here. So, they're suspecting that he was the one that did it because he could have just done it behind her. But what the guy just said, because while this was happening, while they were walking, these two were having a marital dispute where she thought he was cheating on her, but he wasn't because he rented a book that had a love letter from a girl for a certain guy. His name was James, but not John. And she didn't listen to it. So, she got so mad, she started throwing stuff at him. And she threw a book. She was so frantic that she accidentally made a fire, and he was opening the window, and she was still throwing stuff at him. So, and she threw the book. She threw one of his books outside, and the books was with her. There it is. She was holding the book that the maid was throwing. So what the juror was saying is that never underestimate a woman's scorn because she'll throw stuff that could basically kill you. So what I think happened is that the maid, while she was throwing stuff outside, threw this jackknife, and I think she accidentally threw the knife at her, while she was walking by. Because I think what happened was she saw the book, she went to pick it up, and while she was picking it up, the maid was throwing stuff outside from her window, and the knife hit her. That's what I'm thinking happened. That's my theory. Women. Lord. Such a Leon thing to say. Oh, man. Miss Naruhodo, you mustn't think that all women are so short-tempered and refined. No, I wasn't thinking that. Throwing household objects at people is, well, it's so uncivilized. At least attack with honor, using a bow or the like. What? Attack? Who are you gonna attack? Never mind. Anyway, this man's words could be rather significant, I think. Alright, we'll come back to the bow and arrow thing later, if I dare. Okay, so let's like...
Hold it!
Your wife really threw a kitchen knife at you. That's right, she was chopping meat with it. Had a tiny in the edge of it, believe me. Still, it's all memories, isn't it? It started with that smile she threw me when we were courting. And since then, the list of things she's thrown at me has grown along with our relationship. There was a cup, then a glass, then a pot, a kettle, a chair, a wardrobe, a cooker, a bathtub. What the fudge? Your wife must be even beefier than you. And things came to a head last week when she threw me right into the face. Still, she's not so bad when she calmed down. She's a little sweetheart, really. I'm so happy for you. If you want to know what I think this whole idea of ladies first that we're so obsessed with in this country was fought up by some clever lads who have been tossed into the flames a few too many times by their wives. That's a very interesting theory. What a terrible thought. On the face of it, this juror's statement just sounds like a real extreme antidote. But I think it might turn out to be an extremely powerful weapon. A weapon that might be able to use to make the jurors accept an alternative explanation here. Okay, I already know. Okay.
Objection!
Objection! Those two statements clearly have a deeply significant connection. Good grief! You don't mean they don't contradict each other? Explain, counsel, at once. Juror number 2, do you think perhaps that this could be one such novel alternative? Oh my, whatever do you mean? An alternative explanation as to how the victim was stabbed in the back. What are you talking about? We demonstrated that the 4th book, The Lion's Pride, that was found at the scene of the crime, originated in Mr. Garridib's room on the top floor of his house. Therefore, it's equally possible that some other object besides the book could have found its way from the Garridib household to the street below. What's that now? After all, Miss Garridib could have thrown any number of different objects at her husband. Oh, it's from his best friend. In the beginning of the game, he had like a best friend who was like, it was his weapon of choice, like his symbol. And in the second case of this game, he died, so he inherited his friend's katana. So it's more for show. Also, I don't think Glocks have not been invented yet at this time, so. Isn't that right, juror number 4? Yeah, because this takes place in ancient, not ancient, where does this take place actually? Does it say the date? No, it doesn't, but it's olden times. Maybe. Let's just say this. In Japan, they just approve, the concept of a lawyer. That's how old, how back we are from here. So I think it might be post World War II, or not. I forget. What are you insinuating now, you little beanpole? Also, England, freaking like the England people, the Londoners are very racist towards Japanese people here. Yeah, I think it's 1800s. You know what? Let me look it up. In the late 19th century, there we go. From 1897 to 1900. I'm beginning to think that ever since the true origins of this book came to light, perhaps she had a feeling that this might be what happened. Now you listen here, you Easterner Gala. As a full member of this jury, I demand a straight answer. You give us this yarn about some other object making its way on the house. But what? What is it? I'm really taking a big gamble here. That was a bold accusation to make, but I haven't any real evidence to back it up. But I'm certain that at the very least, this woman's further investigation. I want to check something. Yeah, that's... Oh, I didn't even think about that, huh? Yeah. Doesn't have any description or anything. Alright, Mr. Foreman. I'll try to explain the defense's theory. The other object that found its way from the garret of the household to the scene of the crime was...
Take that!
Juror number 4, Mrs. Garadeb. What? What now? I must apologize in advance for this. But I need you to confirm something else for the court. This knife. Have you ever seen this knife before? Ah! Good Lord, Counsel! What on earth are you doing? That's the weapon that was lodged into the victim's back, man! My lord, remember that when the victim was attacked, Mr. and Mrs. Garadeb were in the throes of an argument. Mrs. Garadeb was hurling anything she could at her husband, who had been backed up against a window. A window that had been opened to clear the smoke, through which a book sailed into the land at the crime scene. You can't seriously believe that the book was found in the victim's grasp. Are you saying that it flew out of the window and across the street to land neatly in her hand? Huh? Even my missus hasn't got an aim like that. Yes, I admit, there are many details we don't yet understand. But that's the point. That's precisely why we must not allow this trial to end. Not right now. Oh my. Mrs. Garadeb, your answer, please. Have you seen this knife before or not? You better not lie. Oh, Oh! Oh my God! Someone call the paramedics! My lord. My lord, I wish to change my decision. I'm a woman of my word, after all. Thank you, madam. Yes, I agree. I certainly didn't see this coming, but I just don't think it would be right for this trial to come to an end now with so many unanswered questions. Mr. Foreman? I have to agree. Not that I think that the Grey didn't mind. Yes, you know what? I'm not quite happy about this moment either. All together now, ladies and gents. Here we go. Okay. We did it. Oh, congratulations, Mr. Naruhodo. So, as a result of the defense's summation examination, a number of jurors' leanings have changed. 2 jurors called guilty against 4 now call it innocent. Accordingly, the opinion of this court is divided, and this trial will continue. Wow. That was insane. Now then, Lord Venseeks, how does the prosecution wish to proceed? Oh, God. This trial is rapidly descending into a farce. Like a corked wine, the first few sips are bitter enough. Oh, fudge. But what follows is so repugnant, it's good for nothing save the gutter. If I may, Lord Venzix, the defense has just put forward a credible alternative explanation for what happened. Dracula? That's what, dude. When I first saw this, guy's like, is that Dracula from Castlevania? Credible? Is that your considered opinion, Mr. Foreman? The defense's argument is a joke to which I barely know how to respond. But let me start by insisting that you must all familiarize yourselves better with the relative positions of those places being discussed. What do you mean by that? What's his angle this time? Yeah, no, that's what I said. Yeah, he reminds me of Dracula from Castlevania. It should already be more than apparent that between this crime scene and the Garadeb household runs a rather wide street, Briar Road. Which means that the distance from the Garadeb's house to the scene is some, yes, 15 yards. Let me see, 15 yards. He drink almost all. Yeah, he's drinking red wine, but oh, he's like Dracula. Oh, the great Ace Attorney likes to play on puns and like on the nose things so much. He might be a vampire. That'd be insane. 14 meters or meters? I don't know if that's I pronounce that. Oh, that's a little farther than I imagined. And as of you ladies and gentlemen of the jury rightly noted, as having portentous significance, the fourth book was found in the victim's clutches. Well, yeah, she must have picked it up. In other words, the smoldering book wantonly hurled by the lady on the house traveled some 15 yards to land on the opposite side of the road, neatly between the collapsed victim's fingers and thumb. Is that your final conclusion, my learned and deluded friend? And did the jackknife follow a near identical trajectory to the plunge into the middle of the victim's back? This fantasy is somewhat stretching the notion of having a bad day for the victim, I think. Yeah, I guess okay. Is it possible? Most likely not, but it's not impossible. I think. Like, let me see. So what we're saying is, she threw from the second story of the room. She like whee, and did it. I guess like it's not unreasonable, but I can see why there could be doubt. It is kind of stretching it. Even those pathetic serialized detective stories have more believable plots. Ah! There's nothing I can say to that. That prosecutor loves the sound of his own voice. Mr. Sato? Serialized detective stories are pathetic, are they? How dare he? Ooh. Maybe let's pick our battles here. My lord, might I be allowed to speak? As judicial assistant, you may speak for the defense, yes. Go ahead. The prosecution may consider the idea a fantasy, but what the defense has postulated was believable enough to persuade the jury to change its leaning. And as such, the court has a duty to explore this alternative explanation as thoroughly as possible. To that end, juror number 4, Miss Joanne Garadeb, must be called to testify and submit to cross-examination. Saints alive! A cross-examination of a juror! I wonder if that's ever happened in court, where in a trial, it's revealed that one of the jury members is kind of involved in the situation and has to be called as a witness. That has to have happened, right? Or is that like too Hollywood-like, or too... It only happens in the movies. Order! 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 Well, this is highly irregular. It's unprecedented for a member of the jury to be summoned to the witness stand.
Objection!
Oh, Fozzie's kind of pissed. And unnecessary. Lord Van Zeeks! Yeah, same, I'm not an expert either, but maybe, yeah. There are already witnesses in the stand whose testimony defense may further cross-examine. If my learned friend's farcical theory has any truth in it, then both a burning book and a jackknife must have flown through the sky before this couple's eyes. And we must assume that they will be able to testify accordingly. What say you, witnesses? Yes, sir! Constable Rolly beat reporting for duty, sir! Well... Good morning, officer. Sorry for dozing off until now, sir! I haven't slept for a month on account of a villain who's appeared on my beat, sir! Oh, they are so heroic, these London bobbies. Patricia, my darling, I've been neglecting you, but no more. Oh, Rolly, my hero, you make me swoon! Very well. I hereby reject the defense's request. Oh. And order the witness in the stand to testify again. Stay forward before the court any details pertaining to defense's alternative explanation of events. Yes, sir! Okay, here we go. Constable Beats report. This case has nothing to do with Mr. and Mrs. Garadeb. Believe me, a London Bobby is good for his word. You see, sir, the windows on the top floor in the Garadeb house are top-hinged casements. Obviously, if anything had been thrown out the window, we would have seen it. I did leave the scene to go fetch help, but my trusty Rolly was there to make sure nothing was disturbed. I didn't take my eye off the crime scene for one moment, sir. Nothing strange to report on that front, sir. Well, this is quite startling. Top-hinged casement windows. That detail was not in the police report, Constable. Yes, sorry about that. I must have been a little drowsy, You cannot excuse your sins with drowsiness every time, Constable. No, sir! Sorry, but... What exactly is a top-hinged casement window? And you cannot excuse your ignorance with such trite remarks, my learned friend. Of course. Sorry. I found it, Mr. Naruhodo. Cast your mind back to the windows in Mr. and Mrs. Garadib's room. Alright, I'll try. So the window opens in order to allow air to circulate inside the house. But as a top-hinged casement window, it swings open along the upper edge, you see. Oh. I'm glad you rectify your ignorance. A casement window's most prominent feature is its stay. A metal bar which prevents the window from being opened beyond a certain amount. It prevents it opening? Well, this is all news to me. Absolutely correct, sir. In other words, if a book or knife would have been thrown in through the open window, it would have clattered against the pane and fallen straight down the pavement below. No. You see the problem, then. Good. Your education in windows is complete. There was never any possibility of either the book or the knife traveling 15 yards over the road. That is, unless the window pane had been shattered. Something we discounted already. That can't be! Did you see that, Rolly? The young Japanese man just collapsed in agony. Oh, yes, my darling, I saw it. I saw how he crumbled before me. Oh, Rolly, you're so strong. I hate my life. How is this happening? I haven't even started the cross-examination yet, and already my argument's been destroyed. Counsel, if you could drag yourself upright again. The court awaits your cross-examination. My lord? Oh, good. Another desperate situation. My back's been against the wall this entire case. Okay, so I'm gonna press the fudge out of this.
Hold it!
How can you say that for certain? A very good question, sir. And the answer is this. It has the noble founding principles of the force written on it as a reminder to all us policemen on our sworn duty. He showed us that before, didn't he? Did he? I can't say I remember. To patrol the streets of London town and uphold the peace of the common man. It's what this job's all about. And that is why I can stand here beside my long-suffering wife and tell you a Bobby's good for his word. While rubbing my tired eyes admittedly. Sir! Oh, Rolly, you're so manly. Of course I am, my darling Patricia. Oh, Pot. Oh, Rolly. What am I looking at? No. None of this is what I meant. I meant, how can you say for certain that this case has nothing to do with Mr. and Mrs. Garrett? Ah, I see, sir. You should have said so earlier, sir. If you say "saw" one more time, I'm gonna beat you up, bro. Yes, well, so could you answer the question? That was a waste of time then. Absolutely, sir. I will answer to the fullest of my ability, sir. There's a surprising reason why Mrs. Garrett's domestic dispute can't be related to this case. But before I get into that, sir, just one thing. Yes? I very much like you and all your countrymen to understand the great British institution of Scotland Yard. So I hope you'll take back some tales of us London Bobbies and how we uphold our guiding principles. I wasn't planning on going back just yet. I just only arrived here. So to that end, sir, I'd be happy to lend you my warrant call for your perusal. But I must warn you, you won't be able to get through it without shedding a few tears. Thank you. I'll try. Okay. You see, sir, the windows on the top floor of the Garrett house are top-pitch casements.
Hold it!
By which you mean they don't open fully, is that correct? Yes, sir! Item 1. A policeman will strive to preserve the peace within his allotted beat. Item 2. A patrolling officer is expected to walk 20 miles around his beat every day for the further community relations. Okay. Any crimes fall under the jurisdiction of the beat in which they are discovered. When a crime is discovered on his beat, a policeman must assist with the initial investigations and help detectives. Okay. They're just there to allow a bit of air for the house, you see, so they're restricted to how much they open. And therefore, anything thrown out the window from inside the room would simply strike the pane and fall to the street directly below. For clarity, allow me to mark the map. Here is the location where the objects would have fallen. Yes, directly opposite to the scene of crime on the other side of the rather wide road. Wouldn't it have been so hard for somebody to mention this top-pinch casement thing before? Well, I have another question for you, Constable. And what would that be, sir? How did you even know? Why would you have any idea what sort of windows Mr. and Mrs. Garrett's house is furnished with? Ah, well, sir, that's very simple. You see, I helped with the investigation yesterday. Oh, wait.
Excuse me.
Do you have something to add, Mrs. Beat? Sorry? You look, well, delighted. Is there some particular reason for that? Oh, I was just remembering, that's all. We really were so lucky. Lucky? What do you mean? Well, of course I feel terrible for the poor woman who was attacked. Don't misunderstand me, please. But we were just so lucky it didn't happen on Rolly's beat. It was so close, you see. Oh, I hadn't realized. Oh yes, that's Street Briar Road. That's the boundary between Rolly's beat and the next one. Oh, wait. Any crimes fall under the jurisdiction of the beat in which they are discovered. Isn't that right, my love? Constable Beat. Oh, yes, that's right. That's the reason I was helping out with my interviewing the occupants of the Gyarados household yesterday. Their house is on my beat, you see, sir. That really was cutting it close then. Constable, I wonder if you could clarify something. If the Gyarados household is on your beat, does that mean that the pavement next to it is as well? Outside Mr. Gyarados' house? Yes, ma'am. The pavement on the side of the road is part of my beat. I see. I was unaware of that. Just think, if the woman had been attacked just on the other side of Briar Road. We would never have been able to go for that meal to celebrate our wedding anniversary. But that's the life of a Bobby after all. Extraordinary people are Bobbies, tirelessly working for the benefit of all Londoners. Do you know what I think? I think it was the good Lord's way of rewarding my Rolly for all his hard work. Don't you think so, my darling? What the fudge? That must be it. That must be it, my love. That must be it. I think perhaps we should make sure we have that information officially on record. Leave it to me, Mr. Naruhodo. I'll take care of it immediately. The payment where the victim was found lies just outside Constable Beat's beat, the border of which runs down the middle of the Briar Road. And now it's my turn, I think.
Hold it!
But according to my notes here, the sun had gone down already and it was dark. Oh, but Rolly and I were strolling along, gazing at the night sky and looking for our lucky star. Sorry? The star that will guide us to eternal happiness. Can't it guide you to answer the question? If a flaming book had cut across the sky in front of us, it would have lit up like a shooting star. And if I seen a shooting star, I would have made a wish upon it. Let Rolly be an inspector, I would have said, 3 times at least. Of course, but with the smudge and everything, we couldn't actually see any stars. In short, are you trying to say that neither the book nor a knife crossed the sky before you? Yes, sir. That is correct, sir. As sure as the night sky in London is starless, sir. Certainly seems like they're telling the truth. And then we saw the poor woman fall to the ground. We ran straight over to help her. I did leave the scene to go and fetch help, but my trusty Rolly was there to make sure nothing was disturbed.
Hold it!
Yes, you said that you went to the nearby police box to fetch another officer. Is that right? That's right, yes. If I had been on Rolly's beat, I would have known exactly where I was going, of course. Don't feel bad, my love. You can't be expected to know the location of every police box on every beat. So Rolly told me the way. Only, I sort of got a little lost on the way. What? Patricia, my darling, that's why I love you. Your terrible sense of direction's bewitching to me. Whatever floats your boat, man. Oh, Pat. Oh, Pat. Oh, Rolly. Oh, please. So I suppose I was gone about 15 minutes. But like I said, my Rolly was on the scene the whole time, making sure nothing was disturbed. I was off duty at the time, of course, but a true Bobby's never really off duty, sir. I didn't take my eye off the crime scene for one moment, sir. Nothing strange to report on that front, sir.
Hold it!
Nothing to report. That's correct, sir. I had my eyes wide open the entire time. Never looked away for a second. No one else approached the scene and nothing was removed from it. I can swear down the yard's honor, sir. Really? That seems a little strange. Beg your pardon, sir. Strange, sir. Seems altogether regular to me. This burnt copy of the Lion's Pride was originally in the Garradib household. So the question remains, how did it find its way into the hands of the victim? Can you shed any light on that, seeing as you were at the scene of the crime the entire time? Aha! Could it be a different copy, sir? One that just happened to be burned as well? Even if that were possible, why would the victim have been gripping a book like that in her hand? As you can see from this photograph print, she had a bag over her shoulder. Well, sir, that book was in the lady's hand from the moment we arrived at the scene. Is that so? There's something about this statement that's not sitting right with me. The true mysteries of how that knife ended up in her back and how that book ended up in her hand. There must be some common thread between them. Can I ask you something, please, Mr. Lawyer, sir? Oh, yes, of course. What is it? You're doubting us, aren't you? I could tell. What? I wasn't really, what's she doing? Please, just because I'm a woman, it doesn't make my testimony any less valuable. You might just see me as the wife of a policeman, but I'm a woman, my word I am. I really don't remember ever suggesting that I doubted you. These people are whack, man. No excuses. I don't want to hear it. My voice will be heard. My lord, you'll let me speak, won't you? Yes, Mrs. Beat. I will allow you to supplement your testimony if you so desire. Sometimes the path of the least resistance is the sage one. That was very loud mumbling. I heard that. That Japanese man thinks a policeman's wife word counts for nothing, does he? Well, watch out, sir. I might let you get away with something like that, but my Rolly won't. Duly noted, Mrs. Beat. Please, I humbly ask you to continue. What could she possibly be about to say, I wonder? I know what I saw. My eyes never let me down. My sense of direction's a little off sometimes.
Hold it!
Mrs. B, nobody's questioning what you told us. I saw it. I did. That evening I saw it clearly. That little Easter man with the whiskers and the funny curved black, slinking away from the scene. And I know what I didn't see as well. I didn't see any flaming books or knives flying through the sky. All very clear. You also mentioned something about having a poor sense of direction. Oh, yes, well, that's a little embarrassing, really. I'm always ending up in the wrong place when I make arrangements to meet Rolly. What? He ever gets so cross. Oh.
Excuse me!
Constable B, is there a problem? No, sir! No problem, sir! Did your wife's remark just now bring something to mind, perhaps? Oh, well, in a way, sir, yes, sir. I was just remembering that the same thing happened that evening is all. You mean Mrs. Beat lost her way? On the night of the incident? Well, you see, I sent her off to find a police box in the next beat over from mine. But she was gone a fair bit longer than I was expecting. I thought she'd been back inside 10 minutes, but my darling was gone for a good 15. Oh, Rolly, you're such a tease. But the reason I was so long was because of the bouquet, silly. The bouquet? Sorry, what bouquet are you talking about? Oh, it was a present for our wedding anniversary. Rolly's so romantic. He saved up for it with farthings and happiness. He found it in the gutter while doing his rounds. Yes, how romantic. I've forgotten all about it until just now. Had you, my darling? Ah! Oh yes. But that was just between us. No talking about it to anyone else, darling. You have to promise. Really? Oh. What was that all about? Constable B looked obviously troubled during that exchange. I'm afraid I can't offer any useful insight, Mr. Naruhodo. But I'm quite sure of one thing. We have to ask Mrs. Beat about the bouquet. Mrs. Beat, this bouquet you just mentioned. I'd like you to add details about it to your testimony, please. Oh, really? Yes, I'd love to. What happened was I dropped my bouquet and ended up losing my way for a while.
Hold it!
You mean you dropped the bouquet at the scene of the crime? Yes, that's right. Oh, I was so upset. When we ran over and saw it was a woman with a knife in her back. I was so shocked. I dropped the bouquet Rolly gave me. It was in a dark spot where the streetlights weren't casting any light, so I didn't notice it at first. And then you went to the police box to report it to the policeman whose beat it was on. Yes, and I came back to the scene together with the other constable, you see. That's when I spotted my bouquet again. But the funny thing was, when I went to pick it up, it was nowhere near the victim's body at all.
In case you need reminding, Mrs. Beat, the victim is not deceased.
I was all flustered for a moment before I heard a voice calling me from the other side of the road. Your husband, presumably. That's right, silly me. I gone over to the wrong side of the street. Although, I'm going to blame the bouquet this time. I can't think how it got there. I really can't. So the bouquet somehow moved from one side of Briar Road to the opposite?
Curious indeed.
Isn't it? But the worst of it is, I forgot to pick the bouquet up again where we left the scene. That beautiful rose Rolly brought me with that change from the gutter you spent so long collecting.
By bouquet, do you perhaps mean this sorry solitary rose?
Oh! Oh yes, that's it! Okay, I wonder. Oh, she's 21, he's 23. Olive green. That's the bouquet Rolly brought me for our anniversary, with old bits of change he found in the gutter. Maybe just call it a rose.
Tell us, Lord Van Zeeks, where did you come by that flower?
According
to the report by the police officer in charge of the crime scene investigation, it was found on the edge of the pavement in front of the Garadep household.
in front of the Garadip's house?
Although it wasn't noticed up until the morning as it lay where the streetlights cast no light. It was believed to be of no relevance to the case, since it was found on the opposite side of the thoroughfare.
Oh, thank you, sir, thank you. Could I have it back now, please?
No, I think not. For good measure, this rose should be added to the court records as evidence.
Oh.
Huh.
I actually am blanking here. How would it end up on the other side? But it's a symbol of our love. Let me see this thing. It's very stylish paper the flowers wrapped in, isn't it? It's just an old newspaper, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, I suppose it's because I'm not used to seeing English print. It looks so exotic to me. Ah, I see. Is something wrong? Oh, no. I was just thinking that if you were wrapped in a stone-baked sweet potato in English newspaper, it might look like some sort of fancy cake. Ah, Shizuto-san, you do love your cakes. An English rose. It's such a beautiful flower. Ah, this is a rose, isn't it? I've never seen one before. Do you not take an interest in flowers, Mr. Naruhodo? I wouldn't say that exactly, but I do know 3 types at least. Gosh, 3? Yes. Plum blossom, peach blossom, and cherry blossom. Perhaps you should consider branching out. Learning some that aren't fruit-based, tree-based, for example. Okay. I want it back after the trial. Do you hear me? I want it back.
Good grief. Rest assured, I shall do my very best not to forget, Mrs. Beat. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, what do you make of all this? Yes. The whole idea of an invisible attacker has been troubling me all along. But I believe I'm starting to get a picture of what really happened right now. The fourth book that had no business being at the scene of the crime made me sure that Mrs. Garrett was hiding something from us. But it's becoming increasingly clear that someone else has been hiding something from us as well. I think I may already been armed with everything I need to strike a decisive blow here. This time, it's going to expose the whole truth about this mysterious. Yeah, I'm a little bit confused. Like... Like... We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Yeah, I think it's the bouquet then. Let me see. So, wait, let me just make sure I save here. It's just a hunch. Objection! You claim, Constable B, there was nothing to report in the 15 or so minutes you were guarding the scene. But that cannot be. What? What do you mean to say? In your testimony just now, Mrs. B, you explained to the court. Yeah, okay, I got the right one. I was overthinking it. I was like, what am I thinking? Like, what? Did I miss something? No, it's obvious it's the bouquet thing. That when you arrived at the back of the scene of the crime, with the policeman assigned to that beat, the bouquet you had dropped at the victim's side was no longer anywhere nearby.
Objection!
Yes, on the opposite side of the Briar Road to where the victim was attacked. But considering the size of that mere bouquet, if a single sorry bloom can be so described, no doubt it was blown in the wind across the street, back into the gutter where it belongs. Meager? Objection! Ooh. But if that were the case, why did Constable B not testify to that fact? Ah! No one else approached the scene, and nothing was removed from it. Constable Beach swore down Scotland Yard's honor. But the bouquet belonged to me. It has nothing to do with the case. That's why Rolly didn't mention it, I'm sure. No, because sadly, it's not only your bouquet we're talking about here. More than one thing in this case is mysteriously the wrong way around. What are you talking about? Think about it. Besides Mrs. Beat's bouquet, there's Mr. Garadeb's book. Yeah, what the frick is going on with the placements of this stuff? Mr. Garadeb's copy of The Lion's Pride, which was thrown out of the window by his wife, would have struck the pane of the casement window and landed here, on the west side of the street. Yeah, so how did she, like, okay, maybe I'm not, okay, that whole theory I mentioned about Mrs. Garadeb doing it, maybe I'm wrong. What if Miss Olive Green saw something flew out? She went over to check it out. She picked up the book. And when she picked up the book, she was walking over here. And while she was walking over here... Oh, wait, but how would that make sense? Like, okay, I'm just gonna keep going. And laying here on the west side of the street. And yet... it was actually found here, on the opposite side of the road in the victim's hand. Meanwhile, according to the testimony we heard from Mrs. Beat's bouquet, it should have dropped here at the scene of the crime on the east side of the street. But in fact, it was actually found here on the opposite side of the road in front of Mr. and Mrs. Garadeb's house. Oh my god. Wait.
Oh, wait. Is it because she was originally here and the knife got her and they saw this? So what they did, or not, I don't know about Mrs. B, but I think Rolly moved the body here. No, because then she would have been lying about it. About like, oh, it was already here. Okay. There's no logical explanation for those things. Unless somebody deliberately moved them. Oh yeah! Okay, we're going with that. What are you trying to say? The way you're talking, it sounds like you think my Rolly's done something wrong. Don't you listen to a word that scrawny lawyer says. What are you on about the books and bouquets? Why should we care? It's nitpicking, that's what it is. Oh good, Mrs. Garrideb's come around. You might call it a nitpicking, Mrs. Garrideb, but deliberately meddling with the scene of a crime is a criminal offense. It's called, tampering, Mr. Naruhodo. But the person responsible for this tampering cannot admit to it, for a very subtle but compelling reason.
Objection!
Tampering? You barely heard the term before! Tell us, my learned friend, who would possibly have the cause to carry out such elaborate deception?
Yes. Who tampered with the scene of the crime that evening? All the evidence and all the testimony points to that one particular person.
Counsel, I must demand that you substantiate this conjecture. Who are you saying is responsible for tampering with the scene of the crime?
Okay, it has to be Rolly. Because she has no sense of direction. I don't think she noticed what side of the street it was. I'm gonna save here.
Take that!
Oh, wait, that was the wrong one. Obviously, there's only one person it could have been. Constantly Rolly beat, it was you!
What? A policeman? A member of Scotland Yard?
What nonsense! Why would my Rolly do something like that? There's no straighter than my husband. No Bobby worked more tirelessly from the people of London. Mrs. Beat, you said in your testimony that your husband asked you to go into a nearby police box to fetch the officer on duty. The 15 minutes that you were absent from the scene is the only opportunity anyone had to tamper with it. You're making it up. It's all nonsense. It's all lies. What about the Japanese man with the whiskers? I bet it was him. He did it. If that was true, Constable B would have seen him do it. Oh. And forgive me for pointing it out, but when you dropped your bouquet, Mrs. Beat, it was after the defendant had fled the scene. Well...
Objection!
First you make accusations about the landlord and his wife, and now you incriminate a policeman as well. But your accusations lack one very important thing. You claim the crime scene was tampered with. But there is only one reason anyone would commit such a reckless crime. To hide something.
That's right, he's right. But my husband and I just happened to be there. That's all. So why would he have anything to hide? It doesn't make sense.
You offer no motive for this alleged tampering. And until you do, your accusations are nothing but empty threats.
Constable B had a very good reason for wanting to tamper with the scene of the crime. That's the key to this entire affair. Mr. Naruhodo, have you managed to solve this mystery?
Counsel, you have made a very serious accusation against a London police officer. If you are mistaken, I'm sure I need not to point out that your reputation as a lawyer will be irrevocably damaged. With that stark warning in mind, you will now explain to the court the motive for this alleged tampering.
Yes, my lord. Constable Beat's motive for tampering with the crime scene was to hide. I don't. So he didn't kill her. He didn't stab her. It's because where the victim fell. Where the victim fell to the ground. That is what this Bobby had to cover up at all costs.
What?
Where the victim fell? You mean where she was attacked? What are you talking about? We told you at the very start, didn't we? On the pavement at Briar Road. We saw it happen, remember? It was right here, as if anyone didn't already know. That's certainly what everybody's been led to believe. But in fact, that isn't where the victim was stabbed at all. What? What? Okay. This changes everything.
I'm beginning to wonder when this tumultuous trial will end, Counsel. If that's your assertion, then the court is dying to know, my Nipponese friend. Where are you proposing the crime actually took place that evening?
Oh yeah, the left sidewalk.
Take that! But that's on the opposite side of the road.
I don't understand. On the evening in question, Mr. Garrett book fell directly down from the open window above, and your bouquet, Miss B, never moved at all. What did move was the scene of the crime itself.
Good gracious!
Objection!
Perhaps you haven't been listening to the ample testimony the court has heard. But these witnesses both saw the moment the attack took place.
That's right, I saw it with my own eyes. It was 5 o'clock in the evening and already dark. There was a typical London fog on the ground. When you saw the incident unfold and ran to the victim's aid, that was actually on the west side of Briar Road. No, that's not true. It can't have been. Constable Beat then arranged for you to be absent for a while by sending you for help. And during the 15 minutes you were away, he transplanted the crime scene. He moved all the things shown in this print, the victim herself, the 4 books. He moved everything, in fact, to the pavement on the east side of the Briar Road.
Extraordinary!
But the constable overlooked one thing. What? What did he overlook?
The bouquet, I presume.
Exactly. The prosecution told the court just a few minutes ago about the discovery of the rose bouquet. Lord Van Zeek said it wasn't noticed until the morning as it lay where the street lamps cast no light.
Yes, it couldn't be seen in the dark, obviously.
Which is why it was the only bouquet. That was found in its original position, on the pavement on the west side of Briar Road. And that is the defense's theory about what really happened that evening. How do you respond?
Constable Rolly Beat?
Well, I'm very sorry. I didn't mean to nod off again, but I haven't slept properly in a month. Did I miss anything important? Oh, Rolly, it isn't true, is it? What that lawyer said is all lies, isn't it? I know it is, because you're the most upstanding, righteous man I know. I had a dream. A terrible dream. All the things I did that night. Everything come out. Everything exposed. Only it seems it wasn't a dream at all.
Good golly! Order! 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 What on earth is the meaning of all this?
Oh, Rolly, why? Why would you do something like this? Moving the corpses is a criminal offense, isn't it? Wishing the victim dead should be one too.
Constable, explain yourself. Why would you do this? As a respected member of Scotland Yard, your duty is to protect the good people of London Town.
I can't say, sir.
What?
I really am ever so sorry about all this. For damaging the Yard's reputation. For everything. I have a possible explanation for why on that particular evening, Constable Beat felt compelled to move the scene of the crime. I can think of one reason.
What? How could you possibly know?
You're a foreigner, presuming to understand the mind of a Scotland Yard policeman.
And yet, Lord Van Zeeks is this foreigner who has uncovered the startling truth of the matter thus far. I believe it will be beneficial to the court to hear this extraordinary young lawyer's theory.
Counsel for the defense, if you please. Yes, my lord.
Now then, I think you had better show us some evidence.
At once, my lord. England, Japan. It makes no difference where you come from. Human emotions are the same. And I think I have a fairly good idea of the feelings behind this man's actions. Is it because of this? The warrant card? Because of it? It would be in his territory. It would be. He would get reputation, right?
What gives away the motive for Constable Beat's unthinkable actions?
Take that!
Yeah, there's a reason they show this. I realize that I'm a foreigner in this land, and I've only just arrived from Japan. Which is why all this information about London's so-called bobbies is completely new to me. I've learned that, though, for honorable, patrolling the beat is the most demanding work in the world, for example.
Keeping the peace, looking after the citizens of this beat is in all kinds of ways. There's no doubt that the young Bobby is charged with a great deal to do each day, certainly.
But for Constable Beat, the day in question was special.
Special how?
On account of this bouquet, my lord. Oh yes, it was our very first wedding anniversary. Constable B had worked so hard to be able to afford the simple gift for his wife, and was so looking forward to taking her out for a celebratory meal.
When he and Mrs. B stumble upon a crime along Briar Road. When he saw that shadowy figure from the fog collapse on the pavement ahead of them. What must have gone through that man's mind?
But sir, just on one particular day, I was looking forward to celebrating my wedding anniversary. Mrs. B put it up with a lot being married to a Bobby like me. I want to show my dear wife how much I care. Oh. This is the warrant card that Constable B offered to lend me earlier. Inside, among the rules for patrolling policemen, it says, when a crime is discovered on his beat, a policeman must assist with initial investigations and help detectives. Oh, I was thinking wrong. He didn't want to take the credit. He just wanted to spend time with his wife. Constable Beat. Because then he would have to deal with it. Is that or is that not the reason why you moved the whole scene of the crime that day? Yes. Everything you said, it's all right.
So that's it. It was all to do with the boundary of your beat.
Oh. Exactly. To summarize, the incident actually occurred on the Constable Beat's beat. Constable Beat's beat.
Good gracious! Constable, do you realize the gravity of what you've done?
It was the first time since I became a copper that I ever cursed God. Stay close to me, Pat. The criminal could be still lurking somewhere. As we ran over to the scene, I have every intention of doing my duty as a police officer. We've got to report this to the station as quickly as possible. But then it dawned on me. I realized where we were, where the victim was lying, and what that meant for me. When a crime is discovered on his beat, a policeman must assist with the initial investigation and help detectives. Why here? Why did this have to happen here? And why tonight of all nights? Why? Wow. Wow. It's a copper's job to guard the scene of the crime, so I told Patch she had to go to the nearest police box and fetch whoever was on duty there. It was then when I opened my mouth to speak. It just came out. I couldn't believe the words that were coming out of my own mouth. This is the next beat to mine, Pat. So you have to go to the police box that covers it. Turn right along Mearsham Street and then... Wow. This is... I hope he doesn't get too punished for this. Oh. Oh. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, Constable. I just wanted...
that one night to take my Patricia out for dinner. Oh, Rolly. Just that one night.
You knew that if the incident was on your beat, your evening of celebration would be ruined. And so you decided to move the entire crime scene outside your jurisdiction, just across the street to the east pavement of Briar Road, which falls under the neighboring Beats care.
You see, I thought, well, I was sure the victim was dead, you see.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, of course he did. Otherwise, my Rolly would never have left the poor woman on the freezing cold pavement.
I see your meaning now.
But God got me back for my sins, didn't he? That's why I missed the rose I bought for Pat. Oh no, Rolly, that was all my fault. I should never have dropped it into such a dark place. I'm so sorry, Rolly.
Can you tell us, Constable? How many books did you move from one side to the road to the other in total?
Oh, 4 it was, yes, definitely 4.
3 of them dropped by Mr. Natsume, and the 4th being the one that fell from the window upstairs in the Garrett household, of course.
Wait, so he didn't remember, right? But that means oh, I guess he just went across.
But what made you place that book in the victim's hand? When all the others were scattered haphazardly around, I mean.
Oh, well, sir. That's because that's how I found it.
How you found it? What do you mean?
When you first ran over to the scene, the victim was already holding the book. So, when I moved everything, I made sure it was still in her hand.
You sure it was this book, The Lion's Pride, the victim was holding?
Yes, sir. No doubt about it, sir.
Interesting. The 4th book's information has been updated in the court record. Okay.
I thought it was an open and shut case at the time, you see. There were only the 2 people at the scene, and Pat and me both saw it happen. However, which way you looked at it, it had to be the fellow who ran off who done it, I thought.
Oh, you know what? My theory still stands. It has to be Joanne, because I think what happened, as he was walking, the knife fell on her, and he just saw it happen, and he ran away. That's what happened.
I suppose this is it for me now. I've had it.
My lord. Yes, Lord Van Zykes. I believe that concludes the cross-examination of the witnesses. Constable, you may withdraw.
Yes, sir! Mr. Prosecutor, sir. What will become of my Rolly? What will happen to him?
For now, you are free to go home. The police will contact you in due course.
Please, don't punish my husband. This was all my fault. It's because I'm always moaning at him for coming home late. Leave it now, Pat. Let's go home. I'm tired. All right then, my love.
One last thing, Constable.
Sir?
Let this be a lesson to you. In a criminal investigation, every detail matters, however insignificant it may seem to you.
Yes, sir.
Carve that lesson into your mind. And never again make the mistake of tampering with the scene of a crime.
Never again, sir. You mean to say...
Leave now. This trial's not yet over.
Wow. Oh, thank God he's okay. I actually... You know what? I thought this was going to be one of those witnesses that were going to be so annoying. I'm glad to go get the comeuppings. But they're just a loving couple. It's just he made a mistake because he just wanted to spend time with his wife. Wow.
Well, quite a startling revelation, I must say.
Whoever thought of a third party transplanting the entire scene of a crime like that? Indeed, my lord. Nevertheless, there are some immutable facts here. Principally, that the accused Mr. Sosuke Natsunume is the only person who possibly committed this crime.
Objection! No, I disagree. Now that we know the true scene of the incident, there is someone else. Another person who could be responsible for the knife in the victim's back. Forgive me for being presumptuous, but I believe the prosecution is probably well aware of this possibility already.
Lord Van Zeeks, is this true? Very well. Name the person if you will, and if further investigation is warranted. The prosecution has no objection to the trial continuing. You will name this other person. You will name this other person who could have perpetrated the crime.
Take that!
The defense would once again like to request a cross-examination of a new witness, my lord.
Once again?
My assistant made the same request earlier. In order to finally reveal the truth about this case, it is imperative that we cross-examine juror number 4, Mrs. Joanne Garrideb. Me, oh dearie me.
Objection!
That request has already been denied.
Objection! But the situation's very different now. Mrs. Garrideb, answer me this.
What do you want now, you little toad?
At the time of the incident, you were engaged in a violent argument with your husband, Mr. John Garrideb. In the course of the argument, a minor house fire was ignited. And to clear the smoke from the room, your husband opened a window that looks out over Briar Road.
Well, what of it?
You threw this book at your husband when he was cornered with his back against the window. Upon striking the pane of the open top hinge casement window, the book plummeted directly down, finding its way to what we now know to be the true scene of the incident.
Yes, as I said, what of it?
During the argument, you were beside yourself with rage. As such, you threw not just books, but anything you could lay your hands on. So, let me ask you one more time, Mrs. Garrideb. This knife, the one removed from the victim's back, have you really never laid eyes on it before? Ah! Don't faint again.
I don't recall it.
Seriously?
Am I supposed to remember everything I picked up and threw at my husband? And anyway, the man over there and all that regalia said members of the jury needed to testify, didn't he?
Conveniently, yes.
Objection!
No, I have no recollection of saying that at all, juror number 4.
Oh!
Make no mistake, you jurors are not special in any way. You are not immune to the judicial process. If you know something about this knife, madam, let the truth come out.
But this is a common old garden knife. It could have come from anywhere. We have several like that at home. If one went missing, how would you expect me to know?
What's that? Are you joking? What are you saying? Please, Mrs. Garrideb.
Oh, you screwed up. Now you listen to me. I refuse to believe all this nonsense. I couldn't bear the thought that I injured someone. Do you hear? I couldn't bear it. Oh, the poor woman. So yes, I want evidence. I want to see hard evidence if you're going to insist on this being my fault. You're going to have to prove it to me that I threw that knife. Oh my god. You're going to have to prove to me that I threw that knife, if that's what you think. Come along now. Chop, chop. Do your worst. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, if I have evidence like that, believe me, I would have thrown it at her already.
Then take the stand, juror.
Oh!
The prosecution does not object to the defense's request to cross-examine this woman.
Thank you, Lord Van Zeeks.
I'm going to have to testify. Juror number 4. As I'm sure you will appreciate having observed it with your own eyes today. Witness testimony can lead to the most extraordinary truths being unearthed. Truths of which the witnesses themselves may not even have been aware.
Oh, dearie me.
So I demand your full and unadulterated testimony, Mrs. Garrett. And mark my words, in this court of law today, we shall extract the truth. Do you concur, counsels? Certainly, my lord.
Oh, that's what I'm hoping for, my lord. Here we go. Ooh, this is where I'm gonna stop now. I guess this is such a strange feeling. For the first time since arriving in this country, it actually feels real. I'm here in the Old Bailey, and I'm a lawyer. Okay, that's where I'm gonna stop for now, guys. It's getting late for me. But yeah, thank you guys for watching up to this point. What a sequence! This game is so good. I love this game. I love this game. It's so good with the twisted turns. You don't know what's gonna happen next. Wow. Okay, thank you guys for watching up to this point in the VOD. Leave a like and subscribe, and you'll be notified when the VOD is up. If you want to know when I'm live on Twitch, you can follow me on Twitter, on Twitch, and you can join the Discord server that I have, where you can just get notified when I'm live and talk to me and other peeps I'm friends with. But yeah, I'll hopefully be back with this game maybe tomorrow, but we'll see. But man, this game's amazing. I love it. Anyway, for those watching the stream, I might be back on in a little bit to play some Rivals. But yeah, until next time, stay healthy and stay safe, guys. And see ya.